Hey, I'm Andrew Hales. This is one more thing about nofap and semen retention. I know it's weird, taboo, awkward to talk about it, sexual stuff. I've touched on this subject numerous times on this channel throughout the years, and I really bought into it. I don't really believe it much anymore. NFL's just around the corner. Thanks to DraftKings for sponsoring this video. They're throwing the biggest fantasy contest they've ever offered. Right now, you can draft one, get one. Score another NFL best ball ticket for free for a chance to win $15 million. Enter a lineup in the 15 million best ball contest. $20 entry fee. Then you receive your bonus ticket. No waiver wires, no roster management. Biggest rosters, an injury won't end your season. DraftKings is crowning 2 millionaires. First place, 2 million. Second place, 1 million. Sign up using promo code Andrew DFS, and yeah, have fun. Thank you, DraftKings, for sponsoring this video. To give you an overview of what nofap is, it's a movement online, mostly on Reddit, guys that are abstaining from pornography and masturbation. It's like an online support community. And then there's other facets. Semen retention is a little more culty. And they're like hard monk mode, and it's all about retaining your semen and for the spiritual benefits and all that, and more confidence and just feeling more centered in your chi. I feel like I bought into it a little too much. I think it's easy to learn about something and put all your hopes and dreams into it as it being the solution to all your problems. But it's only one more tool in the toolbox, and it's not even that big of a deal. It's just not that deep, really. It doesn't make too much of a difference to even really worry about it. But I kind of bought into it so much that I would be like, oh, I can't do this or that today because I jerked off last night, you know, and I would limit myself, and you'd have all these mental barriers in your head. And then I would go 4 days, and then I would jerk off, and then I would be like, oh, well, now I can't do this or that for the next few days, you know. And so that's not good, you know. You went too far, if that's in my opinion. It's really meant for people that are addicted to pornography, and that's about it. It helps you feel normal again. It doesn't give you really superpowers. And even if it does, it's a placebo. But that's fine. I think pornography is such an epidemic that it's so normalized and joked about, and my generation and going down, it's like it's so normalized. And so when you do abstain from it, it's like, whoa, I do feel great, you know. And it's like, duh, you know. It's like that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to look at pornography. It's unnatural and weird, and it's just weird to watch two people having sex, you know. It's like common sense. So I think it's healthy to in that way, to help you if you're addicted to pornography, to help you abstain, and as a support group for that. But as far as semen retention, that's when you get into mumbo jumbo territory. Some things I still think about, though, are like all these big figures in history, like Muhammad Ali, Nikola Tesla, Steve Jobs, Da Vinci, Gandhi. There's all these big figures in history that are known celibates. And so it makes me wonder, like, what if there is something? To be honest, I've never made it more than 3 weeks. So I'm also like a hypocrite. Like I've really not been able to go that long without releasing. Mom, stop watching my videos. I will say though, you do feel a little more centered and a lot more energy, and it's like kind of infinite energy, but you got to look at the results. What results happen from that? And I think back, and not much. Not much results besides feeling better maybe, but I also think about how in like the 60s and 70s, they say men had way higher testosterone, like in the 800s normal. And nowadays, millennials, it's like in the 400 range, and it keeps dropping. And so I wonder, like, maybe that after that 7-day classic testosterone boost of retaining that everyone like mentions all the time, maybe it's like, oh, you kind of feel normal again. Like, oh, that's how you're supposed to feel, you know, like like you're ready to make an effort for something, like you're just ready, you're down, you know? Mike Tyson, boxers, you know, they talk about it all the time, and conserving your energy, your sexual energy. Think and Grow Rich. There's a whole chapter on the highly sexed man, and when you retain that energy, it makes you a genius and stuff like that. What do you guys think? This is the last video I'll ever talk about it. Probably. I think there's a popular notion that it takes like a bucket of blood for 1 drop of semen or something. Something like that. Or a bucket of vegetables. You know, it has a lot of nutrients, so you know, when you conserve those nutrients, obviously you're going to feel better. But it's like, you got to step back sometimes and be like, everyone's having sex all the time, blowing their load. And everyone's fine, you know, like sex is healthy. If it was a thing, it would be a thing, you know, like the way everyone knows chocolate is bad for dogs, we would know by now if like spilling your seed was bad for your health. And it's better to trust the mass medical community, and they all say there's no correlation with semen retention and health. Like it doesn't make a difference really. There's also all these factors every day: what you ate, how much sunlight you got, how much sleep you got. So it's easy to be like, oh, it's because of nofap, but it could be a lot of things. There's so many different, like, so when you're like feeling good and you just, oh, it's because of nofap, it's not, you know, correlation, not causation, right? I've come to learn that it's better to forget about your feelings and just try to get the thing done, whatever you're trying to get done. No, like whether you're feeling bad or good, just try to get it done. Don't worry about all these little side things getting ready, these rituals and cold plunge. You gotta, it's all about discipline and controlling your thoughts. I don't know. I go back and forth with it, I guess.